Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We have 7 days videos. Tuesday and Tuesdays I try to test my palate, drink something outside of my norm. This definitely fits the bill, with one huge caveat. Yeah, I mean, I have tried it, obviously. So 2 days ago, Keith and Katie from 93 Lumber were in town. We hung out. Actually, first they came over. He helped me load up some wood that I was donating to a local historic society from our porch project I've been talking about. And so that was a huge help. And then I had to go do the errands, and then I came back to the house. So then they came back over, and we split a couple beers. Well, 3 beers. He brought a few that he thought I would like, so we split 2. And I had put this in the refrigerator thinking he would like it, so we both had the same idea, like, what would the other person maybe like? So that was cool. So yeah, the 3 of us split. We drank down to here, because afterwards we were going to go to Fiden's for a couple more beers and dinner too. So, we're responsible, and we didn't overdrink. So anyway, so yes, I have had this. But man, just listen to this. Like, it totally fits the bill for what I try to do on these, Tuesday videos. So it's the Bruery, and is it technically a sister company, or like I don't know what you call it, but it's their, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Terreux side project. But anyway, I can read the following words. It's in collaboration with Jester King. See, I got cocky and said I could pronounce it, and I still stumbled over it. ABV is 11.2%. It's an American wild ale brewed with herbs and spices and aged in gin barrels. If you don't watch Keith's channel much, you should. 93 Lumber, one more time, and I'll I'll add them at the description box below. He does a lot more spirit reviews than I do. Like, he kind of makes a point to do them when he can. And yeah, it's pretty rad. All right, so let's get into it. This gin barrel aged American wild ale is a collaboration with our friends at Jester King. You want to say Gesture, because I got cocky, in honor of the Imperial cabinet, a 1880s New Orleans saloon. We brewed this American wild ale with traditional botanicals to lend herbal and floral notes, and aged it with bright citrus. Let's see, the result has notes of lemon and lime zest, orange blossom honey, vanilla, oak, and spices. Okay, so let's get into it. I hope that kept it carbonated. All right, so that is the color. Like, it's not oxidized or whatever. So this is the color would it look like. It does look like a very brownish, a little bit of red in there, actually a little bit of orange too. But it's like, yeah, this light brown kind of color. Not very compact bubble head. It's interesting. You start with white for the head. Yeah, a little bit of that brown and orange. It's not quite gray, but it kind of grays it a little bit. But yeah, almost like a really thick apple cider or something, right? It kind of has that look. I'm already smelling it again. And I mean, obviously with the gin, the botanicals and stuff, you do get like a big juniper thing, but there's like a bunch of other stuff. And again, like I really do try to do these different beers, Imperial mystery beers, do like coffee or spirits, whatever, like try to change it up on these Tuesday reviews. So I do, with this one, it's kind of interesting though, because I have the benefit of not only having tried it myself, but getting their tasting notes. So whatever, I don't need to justify it. It's fine. So you do get that wild thing. It's very cocktail, which it's inspired by a cocktail, but it's definitely very much one of those cocktail inspired beers, and that comes across huge. And I think, if I remember correctly, when the 3 of us were drinking it, we were dancing around that. Maybe even someone like explicitly said it, and then we read up on it. It's like, oh yeah, like they're going for a cocktail. Makes sense. So you do get that juniper thing, floral, citrusy for sure. The citrus, you could almost tell me anything other than grapefruit, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, like that, like lemon, lime, orange. You want to get more specific with, mandarin, whatever, navel, whatever. I don't need to list all the oranges. There is a sweetness. My mind doesn't go to honey. A soft caramel, brown sugar, molasses, a little bit of date kind of thing. It's more in that wheelhouse. But anyway, it smells really good. I should also say that. It's in a glass. Cheers. Yeah, okay. This is what I'm remembering from 2 days ago. So I like wild ales more than just sours. And I've said this in sour reviews. I really need some good fruit in them. Wild ales, some fruit is nice, but like it hits a little different for me. And I like, because this does have this sourness. It starts puckering, back here, and I'm salivating a little bit more. Like it has those kinds of effects. Like there's like a sour, right? It's supposed to, but it's got that extra element where it does have that more wildy thing. Whatever the botanicals, whatever the herbs and spices they're using, they're more secretive than KFC with this because they don't tell you what's in it. It's cool. It's floral. It's got the citrus stuff. And then with the and I mean, just like, if you know what gin tastes like, it definitely has that ginny juniper thing. Not a cucumber based one, or one that has like a lot of, is heavy on the cucumber at least. Like I don't get any cucumber in this. The base beer, like I was saying, the aroma, and this was definitely like a group conversation where we were landing on some different stuff, and then we were realizing the overlap and what was intersecting and interwoven. Just like I was saying, the aroma though, it's got the because someone said brown sugar first. I know it wasn't me, and I'm like, that's interesting because I'm getting that molassesy thing. Okay, well that makes sense, right? Like we're overlapping there, not 100%, but a decent amount. And then I think it was Keith was like, yeah, the caramel. I'm like, I get the caramel, but to me it's that caramel is a gateway to date syrup. Then the three of us had a huge conversation about date syrup and what it is and is not good in and on. And we came back to the beer and we're like, okay, yeah, so it's like this interwoven, interconnect, whatever is the correct term. Those four flavors are definitely what make up the sweet element of this beer. But yeah, it is not a sweet beer. It has all that wild sourness to it as well. All the botanicals. It was funny too because Mr. Vanilla King, or Vanilla Police, I should say, Vanilla King. I don't get any vanilla, but they didn't either. So I don't know if that's me being the Vanilla Police. And I don't get a ton of oak, but it is ginny, but not like I just did a shot of just gin either. It's gin-esque is probably the best way of saying it. But yeah, it's a really nice beer. Orchard fruit. Yeah, this is really lovely. And it's, you watch my channel, you see what I typically drink. I do really like beers like this. So it is nice, that when I did the Bruery box, society, and I got that big box. Like, yeah, part of my brain is like, man, I want as many barrel-aged styles from the brewery as possible, And yes, I do. But then, like, it's stuff like this, too, or, like, these wine hybrids that they did, wine-style hybrids. And it's like, oh, this is different enough. And, oh, wait, I also like these flavors as well. So it's like, it's just a nice reminder of, like, there's a lot of different styles that are really tasty. And I'm as guilty as anyone where I kind of sometimes get in the ruts of, like, what I like and kind of, or what I think I like and always want to have. And then it's like, you try something else. It's like, oh, yeah, I like these flavors, too. I should drink more beers like this or whatever, So it's definitely one of those experiences for me right now, which is always good. Have you guys ever had this beer before? Have you ever had a gin infused beer or gin barrels, or where they use juniper or anything related or completely unrelated? If I remember, I'll also put my affiliation link if you want to order anything from the brewery. I get a kickback, which is nice. It doesn't cost you any more. I actually did get a check for $81 from them, and it was a good check. I actually went to the bank and they're like, yep, this is legit, and I got $81. So if you're interested, comment section or description box below, and also make sure you check out Keith at 93 Lumber. That'll be down in the description box below. If you have any thoughts, comment section below. And once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and on Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.